Why is measuring scenario planning exercise effectiveness so difficult? Imagine trying to hit a moving target in the dark. That's what measuring how well scenario planning exercises work can feel like. These exercises are meant to prepare organizations for future surprises, but figuring out if they actually do that is tricky. First, the future itself is unpredictable. No one can see what's coming years ahead, so it's hard to compare what actually happens to what was planned or predicted. Because of this, success isn't just about hitting a specific goal but about being ready for many different possible outcomes. Another challenge is that scenario planning doesn't give you clear numbers or targets like sales goals or production quotas. Instead, it helps improve thinking, flexibility, and awareness. Without concrete benchmarks, it's tough to say if the exercise was effective or not. It's more about how people respond and adapt, which is harder to measure than a simple number. Plus, scenario planning often happens separately from the main strategic decisions. If it doesn't influence real choices, then tracking its impact becomes even more complicated. You might have great discussions but not see immediate results in actions or outcomes. The process relies heavily on opinions, assumptions, and expert judgments. Different people might interpret the same scenario differently, making it hard to agree on what success looks like. The benefits of scenario planning often show up years later. For example, a company might become more resilient after a crisis, but that resilience could be a result of many factors, not just the scenario exercises. This delay makes it hard to connect the dots directly. Scenario planning can also involve lots of complex information, many drivers, uncertainties, and variables. This overload can make it difficult to identify which parts of the exercise were most helpful. And not everyone has the skills needed to run these exercises well. Without proper facilitation or analysis, the scenarios might not be useful enough to measure. From a crisis management point of view, the best way to judge effectiveness is by looking at indirect signs. These include how prepared teams feel, how quickly they respond to unexpected events, and how well they collaborate across departments. Embedding scenario planning into regular reviews, training staff in scenario thinking, and using the results to shape contingency plans are good ways to make the process more useful. While it's hard to measure precisely, these signs show whether the exercises are making a real difference in handling crises.